explain the difference between a stored procedure and a function. Stored procedure and function are database objects used to encapsulate a set of SQL statements into a single reusable unit. They are both commonly used for enhancing database functionality and are supported by many relational database management systems. However, they serve different purposes and have some key differences. Here's an explanation of the differences between stored procedures and function. Purpose: Stored procedures are used for performing sequences of one or more SQL statements which may include data manipulation like insert, update, delete, data retrieval like select, and control flow operation. Stored procedures are primarily used for implementing business logic, automating tasks, and managing data in a database. Stored procedure can have output parameters, but they do not return a value as their primary purpose is to execute a set of SQL statements. Function. Functions are used to return a value, scalar, or a table value function based on the input parameters provided. Functions are primarily used for calculation, data transformation, and providing computed values. They are designed to return results to the column. Return value, stored procedure. Stored procedure do not return value directly. They can use output parameter to provide information to the calling program or modify data within the database. They may return result set, but they are typically used for data retrieval and not for returning computed values. Functions. Functions are explicitly designed to return values. Scalar function return a single value, while table valued function return a table of data. Function can be used within SQL statement or queries to provide computed values, making them well suited for tasks like calculation and data transformation. Using in SQL statement. Stored procedure are typically called using the execute or exec statement, or they can be invoked as a part of a trigger. They are not directly used within the SQL statement. Function. Function can be used directly within the SQL statement to provide computed value or data. For example, you can use a function in a select statement to retrieve computed data. Transaction control. Stored procedure can be used to manage transaction by explicitly starting, committing, or rolling back transaction. Functions are not used to manage transaction. They are intended for computation and data retrieval rather than control of database transaction. Exception handling. Stored procedure. Stored procedure can include exception handling code to deal with errors or exception situations that may occur during their execution. Function. Function do not include explicit error handling mechanism. They are mainly focused on providing computed values. In summary, stored procedures and function are both database objects that contain SQL statements, but they serve different purposes. Stored procedures are used for implementing business logic and automating tasks, whereas functions are designed to compute and return values. The choice between using a stored procedure or a function depends on the specific requirement of the task you need to perform in your database.